Hey there, all things MSP crew. I am here with Alex Stanners from Bvoip, and you guys have gone through a kind of a branding exercise lately, haven't you?
We have. So I've heard for a long time it's Alex and Bvoip, but our new brand is actually 1Stream. So we found a lot of times MSPs were coming to us and they would say, I don't need a phone vendor, I already make the phone ring, and we get that and we appreciate that. For us, making the phone ring was such an early stage of our journey.
Right.
And then from there, we've really evolved out to be more of a communications platform. So what we're focused on right now is more of the features around helping the techs do their job every day in a less frustrating manner, and less frustrating for everyone, really. Better experience for the customers, better experience for the techs, and then the owners are happier because everything's making it into the PSA. So
right.
With our new solution and really the new enhancements we've done over the last 18 months, phone calls coming in, you're seeing exactly who's calling you. You're getting time tracked automatically through your phone system. You're getting all the calls recorded into the PSA, the transcriptions being done. It's going to be fed into AI. AI is going to analyze that. It's going to come back into the PSA with a sentiment analysis, follow-up notes. So the techs that hate taking notes or take really crummy notes, which is unfortunate but common, that's automated now. So that tech can hang up that call, not have to spend 15 minutes trying to verbalize everything that just happened. They are moving on to the next call and taking the next client, and the clients are happier because they're less time to answer, and we're saving about 6 minutes per support call. So
that's crazy. Yeah, and efficiency matters for MSPs.
Absolutely.
And I think what's interesting about this is not just a solution that they're going to resell. This is now something that optimizes their business
absolutely
to a very high degree, because let's face it, putting in ticket information is the last thing a technician wants to do.
Yes.
It's not what they're wired to do.
Yep.
They don't like it. So even when they do it, most of the time they do it poorly.
100%. What we're seeing is the techs hate doing it, and a lot of times they don't do it well. And a lot of times it's going from a good space, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I didn't do a ticket for that password reset because I just knew I could do it faster than making a ticket.
Right.
I understand that, and I understand that you wanted to service the client, and I appreciate that good position you took.
Right.
But unfortunately, when XYZ customer forgets their password 17 times a week, that's a time suck on us. And
yes.
As a business, we're burning money. So being able to track everything back and understand which clients are costing us more, which clients we're not efficient on, all that's really important and critical to the growth of your business. So if you're skipping over those steps, even from a good place in your heart, you're still, costing the business that insight. So for us, it was just more or less, hey, let's take it off your plate. We're just going to let it happen naturally. And then just other little things like being able to automate the ticket, the call coming in, and go
mm-hmm.
right by a ticket number back to the tech that was already working with me, or to my account manager, things like that. They're just creating a little bit less of that gap up front where somebody's calling in, something's broken, they're already upset. Can I get them to a human being faster? Can I get that human being ready to help them faster? Just creates a better experience.
So in coming up with the term 1Stream, I imagine you're taking multiple streams of communication also.
That's correct.
And combining them into one place, in addition to creating the intelligence that you're talking about there.
Yeah, absolutely. So pretty much all forms of communications now, we're taking that all in. So where it started as that, we can make the phone ring, and that really was the core of Bvoip back in 2014 when we launched.
Right.
Can I make the phone ring? Can I do it well for MSPs? And can I do that in a position where, as an MSP, it's easy to manage. I can keep my clients up and running, and I'm not playing the middleman to the big
right.
phone provider.
Yep.
What that's evolved to is today's business. There's a lot of businesses who will tell you that their clients are texting them, their clients are Teamsing, their web chat, all those forms of communications. Can we take all that and feed that back into the place that matters, which is your PSA? And that's really what we've accomplished now. So we can do. I can create a ticket from a support telephone number that I can text into.
Mm-hmm.
And once that's texted into, the technician that's going to grab it is going to get a phone number from a pool of phone numbers. You're going to be able to text back and forth on that ticket. All those texts will go into the ticket notes. But it's just allowing an easier and more accommodating process for customers.
Yeah, I mean, that's, being able to communicate via text is huge for these new generations that are in the workforce now. They're not just new in the workforce, they are large parts of the workforce now.
Major.
And so communicating in the way that they want to communicate is very important to the whole process.
Absolutely, yeah, and that really was what we addressed, was that push forward into the texting. I mean, texting was 5-10% of the requests we got 8-10 years ago. Today, it's probably about 40%. So, I mean, it's a massive growth in the market. And similarly, we've actually watched physical phones. Depending on there's certain industries, those will never go away. Lawyers love buying that phone.
Yes.
But we're watching a growth in that as well, where they're just going pure soft phone. But yeah, so for us, that was really the message we wanted to put out to the market and to the community, was we're doing a lot more than just making the phone ring today, and really watching our evolution from where we were to where we are. Traditionally it was about 80-90% of our calls that came in were MSPs that were looking to replace a phone vendor, that were looking to help a client make the phone ring. Now about 70% of our inbound new clients are coming to us just for those internal features.
Yep. And that's a great reason to rebrand. When you have so much of a big change, that's a great reason to do a rebrand. So many rebrands are not done with, something to really back it.
Yes.
Now, I used the word intelligence before, and you're obviously collecting a ton of information. You're transcribing phone calls. Are you using AI on any of this to produce even better efficiency and better results?
We are. That we're still kind of trialing a little bit. So one of the major pieces that is live right now is that ability to analyze the call and look at, did something go wrong?
Okay.
So a pure sentiment score, were voices raised, was someone upset, were curse words used, things like that'll red flag it and raise or lower your sentiment score. And the idea there is that as a manager, if I know that traditionally we're 8 to 10 on all of our sentiment, which is normal. I mean, everyone's upset when something's broken.
Oh, yeah.
But if someone's really upset and we get a 3, I've got to figure out what happened there. But now as an owner, if I see that score, I'm in that ticket, I'm reading the ticket notes, which are all transcribed, so I hear the exact call. I'm listening to the call in my headphones because I've got the call recorded and attached to the ticket, all right there. And then some of the other pieces we are doing around efficiency and data of the businesses, I can look at my entire workforce now through the communications and understand what are our busiest times of the day, when we have the most traffic, what are the times that I'm having just too little people, too much workflow coming in, and then on the same point, I can look at my entire team, see all the calls they had, and how much of those calls were into the system. So if a note was created, a to-do, a opportunity, a ticket, all of that is referenced right in the call log. So I can see if CRM data accompanied this call. Okay,
so data at your fingertips.
Yes.
Really there. Okay, now obviously you and George are also well known for all the things you guys do in the community, especially with MSP Initiative. So we can't have an interview without talking about that as well.
No, I appreciate it. And honestly, I just want to say thank you. You guys have been a huge supporter, and I love having your community involved with us because that's what it was really all about. It was about bringing the voices, bringing the community, and allowing people to come out and do something different. I look at conferences where we have those dead nights and there's just nothing going on. Our goal was, can we take that where traditionally people are wandering around, some people just
split up for dinner, that kind of thing. Yeah.
But I always think about the person that doesn't have something to do. Maybe they're new to the industry, maybe this is their first show, and they don't know anyone, and they're just sitting in the room eating Uber Eats. And
the vendors haven't targeted them yet.
Yes. So our goal was, can we invite everyone? Can we get to a point where we have people coming out and they have a centralized place to go, and can we do it in a safe and respectable manner?
Right.
Can we work with GTIA or Kaseya or PAX8 or whoever's hosting the conference and host a night where we can really bring people out for something fun and give them a place to have the community meet? And then that's really evolved from that initial COVID shock of, oh my God, what are we doing? To, okay, maybe we'll go and we'll take a tour bus and we'll visit MSPs all across the country because we miss that face-to-face interaction. And that evolved out to, we're doing that, and we have all these amazing people like yourself who have just such a vast background and knowledge of the MSP business. Can I call you in and we can do a cool podcast together?
Yeah.
Can we do a cool...
All the time.
Exactly. And so that was the thing. We just have amazing people around us that just have a heck of a story to tell. Can we bring them out to do that story and educate our base? And that's grown to about 70,000 MSPs that we're talking to on a weekly basis now. And we've had some of the, I personally, I think some of the brightest people I've ever met come out there and do some amazing podcasts. And it's been really cool. We listen to the community, right?
Yeah,
what they're looking for, the content they're looking for. We're targeting those content providers. We're bringing them in and continuing to tell that story. So this year we still have 2 parties, one U.S.-based. We'll be at DattoCon in Miami.
Yep.
That was our live nightclub last year. I've seen nightclubs done a couple times in the channel.
Right.
That was the first time that was just the energy in that room was unbelievable. I don't know how else to put it. It was people enjoyed it.
Well, I am hoping to be there this year.
I hope so.
I just have to say that RV tour will live on in infamy in this channel, because that was one of the most original things that I think has ever been done.
Thank you so much. I loved that. I keep teasing that at some point we might dust off the bus and bring it back out.
Let me know when you do.
I absolutely will. Maybe we'll live podcast from the bus.
Maybe.
I think for me, when that happened, we all went into this weird state of, we do so much of this.
Yep.
What's our life look like behind a screen? And then at the same point, the MSPs, I hear it time and time again. I learned from hallway chat, going to GTIA and talking to people in the hallway about their business and their struggles. That's where I'm growing my business. Yep. And I think some of that's evolved with the great peer groups that are rising up in the space. But having that ability to talk to and there's still this weird, you're my competitor, and I think that broke it down. I think it brought everyone out and allowed everyone to talk, and they just talked really openly, and that was it. Everyone wore their heart on their sleeve, and we just facilitated some great conversation, and I really hope to see that again. So might do a greatest hits tour, do some of the biggest cities we did, and
awesome.
Look forward to it.
Sounds good, and good luck with 1Stream.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Talk to you soon.
Yep.